Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, this is the section that I've started doing now of giving tips to beginners on keyboard or piano. And you know, there's a lot of things on the piano that we take for granted because we're pianists, you know, but when you're beginning, very difficult. Everything looks, overwhelming, and so what I'd like to concentrate on today is the pedals. And on piano, on the upright piano, you have three pedals. Usually, the left-hand one is what they call the soft pedal. What that does is literally slightly softens the note. It's not really what I call a critical pedal, it's an enhancement. It's an aid, it helps. If you're playing something very dreamy and very quiet, it's a little bit, helps you out a bit. The middle pedal on upright pianos, often again, completely softens the note so you can hardly hear it, and that locks in place. And that's for if you've got neighbours around you, you're not going to drive them potty and get a brick through the window. That really lets you practice, you know, and hit the notes as hard as you like. Still hear them, but it's a complete softener on the note. And then we come to the most important pedal of all, the right-hand pedal, which is what a lot of people call the loud pedal. I've got to dispel that myth straight away. It doesn't even by 1% make the note louder. I'll just demonstrate what I mean. I'm going to play C, middle C, so like this. Now I'm going to put my finger on that pedal. But, if you notice, I've still got my foot on the pedal. It's hanging on. That's what the sustain pedal does. We call it the sustain pedal. So in other words, if I don't play it, you get... If I do push it down, I get... Hear everything come together. It really is a critical pedal. And trying to play the piano without the sustain pedal would really be like trying to drive a car without a clutch. And I'm sure most of you are drivers, and if like me, when you had your first driving lesson, first time you changed gear, what happened? There was a grinding and a crunching noise, and you were wrestling with the gear stick trying to get it into gear, culminating in the car stalling and you feeling a complete idiot. Well, the piano is like that. The sustain pedal is like that on the piano. And you know, there are times when I've been asked in my career, especially when I was playing in hotels, to play a piano, only on 2 occasions, thank God. The sustain pedal was broken on the piano. They were grand pianos. And I said, I can't play that piano. You know, literally, a piano without a sustain pedal is virtually unplayable. Give you a little demonstration. And I was ordered to, and it was the biggest nightmare I've ever had in my life. I felt completely humiliated. And what happens is, if you take a piece like the sustain pedal to example, the beautiful Clair de Lune, with the pedal, using the pedal, you see the pedal just makes it. Now if I take my foot off the pedal, imagine when I was asked to play a piano with no sustain, If I play it now, you get what I'm saying. So that's it really for the sustain pedal. You'll find during the concert, if you watch one of these world famous concert pianists playing a piano concerto, half-an-hour piano concerto, at the end of the piece, he's probably used the sustain pedal over 1,000 times, and you haven't noticed a thing because it just seamlessly comes together. And what I would like to tell you is that I was saying about the clutch in the car. Let's fast forward from your first lesson in the car to a year later, and you're driving around town with all your friends, and you get home after 45 minutes, drive into the drive, turn the engine off. Now when you get out of the car, you've probably changed gear unconsciously over 100 times. I mean unconsciously. Yet when you first got in that car, you think, "This, my God, how am I ever going to do this?" What I can promise you is using the sustain pedal will be just like that. Will be, after not so long, will be automatic. A lot of people think, "Oh no, because you'll get a jumble of notes sometimes. You hear everything, and you forget to take your foot off it." Don't worry. We've all done it. We've all been there. So stick with it. That's the pedals. You can practice, like using the sustain pedal. The soft pedal is just an aid, as I say. Anyway, that's my tip for you today, and there will be plenty more. Next tip, part 1, we'll be talking a little bit about technique. I've already talked about posture and just integrated a little bit of technique into that, but I'll be talking about technique and some of the myths, by the way, about technique, and some of the musts you must do. Okay, God bless, be well, be happy, have a great day, whatever you're doing, and see you later. Bye-bye.